Hello and welcome to the first Sunday service of the United Church of SimDemocracy. The date is 11/15/2020, and today we will be celebrating the opening of the United Church of SimDemocracy. So now getting right into it, announcements, of course. Well, we're open. We have a Discord server. Anyone who's interested can join in there. There's no obligation if you do join. We have a visitor role so that you can just see our archive of service notes. But if you'd like to become a congregant, you can. There's no charge, there's no fee, no kind of requirements of any kind. But that will get you access to our Bible study group if that's something you're interested in. And of course, if you're not interested in joining the Discord, then of course these will always be posted on Reddit as well as in the SimDemocracy Discord general announcements every Sunday morning. Now, moving on, our staff chat or staff message of this week. I really don't have all that much to say other than thank you for listening to this, if you are, and that I hope that you guys will continue to listen to this. And so now we'll move on into our sermon. This week, we'll be reading the Beatitudes in Matthew. So now, just for anyone who doesn't know what the Beatitudes are, I'm going to read them off verbatim, and then I'll explain why they're important today. Quote, "He said, 'Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be fulfilled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.'" Unquote. So now in the New International Version Bible, which is the one that I'm reading, that was Matthew 5:3-10, the Beatitudes. It's a rather important section to me because in my opinion it sums up essentially the entirety of the ministry of Jesus Christ. He explains that all of these people who maybe we wouldn't see as particularly great people, those who mourn, those who are meek, those who are peacemakers, people who we wouldn't necessarily idolize, are in fact who we should idolize. They are the best of us, essentially, is what we're being told here. And so I'd just like to hit a couple of these in particular. Specifically, blessed are the poor in spirit. Those who are poor in spirit would be those who aren't faithful, or maybe those who don't have the greatest faith, and yet it's theirs that the kingdom of heaven belongs to. It's them that the kingdom of heaven belongs to, according to Jesus. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Those who have lost loved ones or lost some great thing, and they'll be comforted, he says. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. The meek, the ones who you typically wouldn't see in leadership roles maybe, yet they are going to be the ones who inherit the earth. They are going to be the ones who end up with the earth, and that is interesting because it's contradictory to what we would think, or what we would, be led to believe most of the time. And then the other big one here is the last line, "Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." And those who are persecuted because of righteousness can be taken two ways. Firstly, that they are persecuted because they are not righteous. And secondly, those who are persecuted because they are righteous and everyone else is not. Or those who are persecuting them are not righteous. And I think that in both of these situations, those who are persecuted because of righteousness because they aren't righteous, maybe we think of criminals most of the time, but sometimes then also we can interpret this as those who are persecuted because of righteousness because they're righteous Christians who are being persecuted by non-Christians. And I think that's the one that we take this more frequently as, but I don't think that that's the way that Jesus meant this. Jesus meant it the other way, those who are persecuted because they aren't righteous. And I think that that's a much more important way to say this. Frequently through his ministry, Jesus praised those who were undesirable. The tax collectors, for example, were praised over the priests because the priests were full of themselves. The priests believed that they had some form of supremacy over everybody else, which Jesus told us wasn't true. And a lot of the Synoptic Gospel of the Synoptic Gospels is essentially Jesus telling us this in many, many forms, be it parables or be it the Beatitudes, that those who you might not think are the most righteous people, the most deserving of heaven, but they will be the ones who inherit the kingdom of heaven or inherit earth. And these concepts are foreign to us, that those who, by our own standards, don't deserve heaven, explain that the kingdom of heaven isn't one where our own rules apply, our human rules apply, because our human rules are flawed. Everything that humans do is flawed, and that's a foundational fact. However, frequently enough, we don't accept that that's a foundational fact, that we are inherently flawed. And a lot of that comes from, the Old Testament that talks about the supremacy of the Jews and then of the Christians later. But in fact, that's a human belief, and that's a human error, because again, humans, there's no inherently better human over another human. There is God above all of his creation, and we are just another part of his creation. However, just being part of his creation doesn't mean that we aren't special. Still, we aren't above any other part of creation, but we are special because God made us in his image, and as such, we have a personal connection with him. He tells us this throughout all of Jesus' ministry, and the Beatitudes specifically say that those who we personally as humans wouldn't imagine to be special are in fact the same as everyone else. And that's a very meaningful characteristic, that equality is essential, and that equality is very important to Jesus' ministry. And so that any human who rebukes equality is rebuking Jesus' ministry. And so I think that's where I'd like to leave off this sermon. Moving on to our music section, our worship song will be by Hillsong Worship, a song called I Am Who You Say I Am.
That the highest king would welcome me. I was lost, but he brought me, and oh, his love for me, oh, his love for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, it's free indeed. I'm a child. There's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. 'Cause of you, Jesus. You're the name above all other names.
And so now with that concluded, the last closing notes that I have for this week are to thank everyone again for listening to this. You can look forward to our Wednesday Bible study program if you'd be interested in joining the Discord as a congregant. If not, then you can look forward to our next service next Sunday. Thank you again for listening. I've been your host, you/Emperor-Dman, signing off.